dance and play. Exploration calls us to take the skies again. Together we'll find what we lost in the fray. As the moon's silver light guides our way, we begin again. We begin again.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Moonstruck Saga, episode 20. We are still doing the thing that we've been doing, slowly, awakening all the Sentinels. We only have 2 left. We have the one that we're going to meet today, if everything goes well. I have no reason to assume that it won't, because it's been going great so far. And then, well, we have the sibling that we have not met yet. So we are still doing the $20 donation thing because it takes work taking things off the screens. So if you donate $20, we will give a card pack that has 2 cards in it for everybody in the community. We'll drop it into the workshop channel, and you can find them there. I think the old coupons might have expired. No, the old coupons are all still up there. If you guys go into the workshop and you want some cards, that's where they are. All right. So I'm gonna introduce the players. So, we've got Howl. How would you like me to introduce you, as your name, your real life name, or do you want me to introduce you as Lancer still? Because that's how I was doing it.
Lancer works. It's fun watching you guess, though.
It has been a real treat for me.
No.
We have Howl, played by Lancer.
Hey.
We got Officer Lore, played by Esme. Lore died. Just floating up in a fish tank.
No, I was just coughing. It's fine. We're good. We're fine. It's fine. I'm not unnecessarily excited for the friend-shaped tentacles in a hole.
We have Seth, played by Seth.
Howdy, I am not afraid of the friend-shaped tentacles coming out of the hole.
And we have Commander Valentina, played by Ox.
Howdy, Commander. Oh.
We're inside the ship right now. I don't have Peanut on the screen. Okay, 1 second. Don't worry, Peanut's hair is still great. Peanut's doing great on the moon. He loves it. We did learn that Bamman's little friend Scour does not love it on the moon, and he has been bitten by a bat and turned into a vampire of some sort.
Yeah, it's fine though. It's great. We have catnip for him. Or scour nip. It's just the bunny.
Peanut comes walking in the room. He's just like, you might be wondering why I called you all here. Obviously that would be ridiculous. I have a mission for you. And he starts handing out little dossiers. And he's just like, we have recently been reported of a new resonance on the moon. You should be aware of it. It is telling everybody that trade has been reestablished on the moon. That is somewhat dangerous, as we do not have the moon rotating yet. So we have to get on this as quickly as possible. It's like, it's up to you 4. Well, then he looks at Val's gals. He's like, it's up to you 7. Take it on the last side before the castle. Obviously, we're preparing a group with all of the necessary things to meet this sibling, to make first contact with the dark side of the moon sibling. And he's just he's got just a huge list of because Figment loved cheese and shiny things, so Peanut is working on this, the idea that whoever the sibling is gonna love cheese and shiny things. And he's just like, excellent. He has very few notes on the side that you are about to go to. And he pulls up a map. That's right, Rupert. He brings up a map on one of the screens and he points. He's like, "We are heading here. Thus far, most of the siblings have been located inside one of these holes on the moon. So, it's like and that side does have a number of them. So we're going to need you to seek out where this sentinel is. We have very little research and very little reconnaissance of this side of the moon." It's like, and then he looks. What? Hold on. Unless we do, Val, have we reconned the moon at all? Like, we've been to every other side, but you can say that if you want to. If you want to make a roll.
I'll make a roll, sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Give me a 12-sider.
Ooh, I almost put a D20 down. Old habits.
Oh, yeah. It was terrible. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh!
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, yeah. So here we go. So, there are, let me just do this one real quick. There are many holes on that side of the moon. One thing that is a little, one of the holes, every time you get close to it, it has lashed out with, when it's in the dark, when you have no light hitting it, you cannot see it. It is the same as the dark, and it lashes out like a solid construct and slams into the ground and it's mostly trying to scare you away. I think it's hit I think it might have hit Galileo once, not to do any has not done any real damage, but pushed them back significantly. It's like, whatever this is, to get past, you would have to do harm to it.
Understood.
But you have also found 3 other holes in the area. This one here. Underneath this is all water. And the water of the moon is like slightly set jello. It's like, it is not, like, you can swim in it. Like, Laura, you can swim in it. It has a weird feeling. It's like swimming in hair gel is how I kind of think it is.
That's so gross.
I don't like
Ew.
that.
But
is it warm or is it cold? Like, what's the temperature of this hair gel?
Yeah,
I
this is
think
an
it's
important question.
I think it's cold, but it does warm up pretty quickly. The problem is there's a lot of it. And down there somewhere, because you guys are recon, you guys are great, and you rolled a fucking 12, so set the tone.
Wow.
Like, we have picked up a resonance down there. Like, through all that gunky water, like, there is, I think maybe the top of the water is doing that vibration thing that we see sand do, that really, that really cool thing. And then we have the top of this one. There's this hole, and in there you see a lot of coral and plant life. Like, that you've been reported tons of plant life, but the further in you go, the tighter the vines grow and the sharper the thorns get. Brutus trying to make their way deeper into it, noticed that the thorns do seem to be growing in the direction of them. Like, feels like it's, if not sentient, actively trying to keep them out. And then And then we got a third hole here. Also, down there somewhere, you are feeling a second resonance. And then down this one, you start to they have started to see crystals that are reflecting almost like mirrors. I do need to make it clear that this is not the same as what you saw, Lore.
Mm-hmm.
Similar-ish. I wasn't expecting that you were going to be in this game as well, but so
it's fine.
I didn't think I was going to have to like explain that one. But just blanket statement: these ones are different. They are resonating. They all. It feels like parts of a song, and something is strong down here resonating with all of the crystals. But as what was the third one's name, real quick? I had it. Not Versailles, was it? Was it Versailles? Brutus, Galileo, and
Oh, Vercingetorix. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. You had it.
They notice the fact that they in certain directions have like a kind music to it, and if they follow it they can get further. And just for experimenting, they followed a different path and got completely turned around, and it took them a half an hour to find their way back out. And that's the information we have on the moon. So Peanut looks at the girls and she's like, so what do we know about the moon? What do we know about that side?
I think Val gives the full report, as detailed as you did.
Absolutely. Peanut's like, So we probably don't want to start with the angry tentacles. Rupert is so mad.
Yeah, I gave the gals a minimal poking error, or a minimal poking mission objective, and the tentacles still pushed away. Does not like us.
It's like, all right. And he Peanut looks at the rest of you. It's just like, so, any plans?
Well, for one, I want to state that your hair looks absolutely wonderful today. It seems like you've
Big
been
thumbs up.
Really taking care of yourself. Two, were any of the holes that were looked at, was anything looked like man-made, artificial?
Oh, I can. All of these holes are on purpose. Like the moon is a ship. The moon is a giant spaceship.
Yeah.
Like yeah. And I can't remember who. I think Vatna did the exploration to figure out like whether or not they were on purpose. They all appear on purpose. It's harder to tell on the light side because of how much dust has covered everything, but there is no dust on the dark side. So like you can just straight see the fact that crystals are growing out seemingly organically, like succulents are growing seemingly organically, but it's all to a point.
I also want to look at the three troops here and congratulate them on being such wonderful scouts. They're really good guys, good gals. Thank you. You did a lot of work for us.
Oh, they usually like tunnels. Familiar territory, but I'm so proud too. Good job, ladies.
3 sharp salutes.
Well, I guess we're done. Everybody, it was good time.
Yep, pack it in. Let's go.
Yep, let's go. Just gotta find the right hole now.
He's looking at his. Go ahead.
Isn't that always the problem, trying to find the right hole?
Peanut just like looking at Seth. No? We prolonged eye contact. It's just like, I've had enough of this. Listen here. It's just like, it's just like, we've been horn dogs long enough. We're gonna be meeting the siblings shortly. It's just like, I'm looking for good first impressions. It's like, it's that one scene from the fucking Peaky Blinders. Instead of no fighting, it's just like no fucking.
I have no idea what that is.
And he looks at Lore and he just like points finger in her face. No fucking. Like gets voice on the comms. No fucking.
That's the correct person to talk to here. I have done nothing. And no one on the moon.
Peanut like just motions to your whole vibe right now.
It does seem like a very aerodynamic look. Lore. Hydrodynamic look.
Very hydrodynamic.
Are we all allowed to be naked now? Is that the new like uniform? Just naked?
Yeah, Lore has her Lore when necessary, Lore needs to wear the uniform. And she does. We have seen her in her uniform for specific.
Like formal events or
it's just like the legs come out when we're getting formal. I gotta flash some ankle occasionally.
So this is a business casual visit to the moon. Got it.
To be completely fair, voice turned on a sentinel on the dark side of the moon. Her name is Delusion. That in fact did happen with the help with Pim and Pim playing Beat Saber in the background and Clem playing a sick ass drum solo. But while that was happening, both Ceylon and Aman kind of got lost in the computer code. Like, they were lucky that the other three are just so good at, like, fucking the moon that everything went fine. It got real weird. But in a good way. All the best ways. I do need to, like, make a comment about the fact that the first roll was a 12 and Warlord got it in 1. I think the vibes are for you all, you feel like you cannot fail. Like, it's one of those sci-fi episodes where you know everything is gonna go great, so feel free to lean in. So, firstly, we can make it to any of those spots that we want to. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start by taking the actual group out and studying the tentacles? Or do you want to go to the underwater hole? Do you want to go to the mirror hole? Or do you want to go to the plant life hole? Or just go around the moon. Fuck my game.
I mean, as uncomfortable as it is, if we knock out the thick water hole, we don't have to deal with that again later.
I second that decision. I would love to get that out of the way as quick as possible.
Just out of the way. One and done for that one.
Oh, let me just. This is us walking around the moon right now. This is on our way, everybody. If you guys wanted to take any samples or anything, just because I do have maps for just the walking around bits. Technically, we could just fast travel right now because the 3 ladies did such a great job.
We got the fast travel waypoints. Let's go.
That's exactly what they did. Oh man, what if we just do that with them from now on?
They better get a raise then, because they are going above and beyond.
I think they get mostly paid in appreciation from Valentina.
Wait.
I think they also get paid, but what they want is just to be recognized. Every time they get recognized, they love it. But everybody gets paid in the Wander Crew, or in Lockstitch.
Yeah, I would hope I would got them some proper like workers permits.
Oh, absolutely. Do they share an apartment, or do they each have their own apartment?
I think it's a shared space. I also think they wouldn't have asked to get pay themselves on account of it was service to the queen before this, but I'm trying to put some.
Oh, absolutely. Trying to separate them. Individuality. You gave them names.
True.
It's like names, not numbers. So let's just walk our way over to the weird underwater moon part. Here it is. Like, and it's like doing the ripples. Laura, are you the one that's just gonna jump in first, I take it, or?
Yeah. I suggested it. I'll go first.
Roll me 2d12 and take the higher.
Man, that's a really good high.
It's a tough choice. So, your tough choice is, can you breathe this water? Like, do your gills work? Like, and, or do you need to use the rebreathers? Don't worry, we brought them. Or, like, alternatively, you can breathe this water, but it's very slow. Everything you all do under the water will take basically 3 times longer. Like, it's super sludgy.
Would casting gills help on the, or would that not be effective in this type
It,
of?
that would fill the exact same role as Laura answering if you can breathe the water. If Laura can breathe the water, casting gills will help everybody else, but gills will not help you breathe water that cannot be breathed.
You know, I think it makes more sense if yes, Laura can breathe the water, but yeah, because it's so thick, everything is slower.
All right, like, Laura, give me the you diving into the water scene, but it being significantly thicker than you thought it was gonna be.
Belly flop.
It's just Laura jumping off a higher rock that's like, I don't know, 5-6 feet up above, expecting to just splash in and go straight under, and instead, because of the fun that is surface tension and buoyancy distribution, instead she hits the water and she gets about halfway down, and then she kind of just like stops. Her momentum just spreads out so much that she stopped, and she just looks up awkwardly, and she just like slowly sinks under. It's like, well, this didn't go how I planned.
We've seen more graceful dives. Happens to the best of us.
But also, she did go face first. She did try and go head first. So instead of you guys seeing her face as she's saying this, you hear it like as it slowly comes out of bubbles as they pop out of the water, as her just tail and ass are just kind of hanging out as she sinks slowly.
I'm just gonna clap.
Nice slow clap. Absolutely.
All 3 of the gals just like reach behind them and pull out signs that says they're like 5, 6, 5.5.
I love them so much.
Me too, Doug. We've got to follow though, right?
Absolutely. What? How? And like, it won't be hard. Like, you guys can get into the water. It is kind of one of those quicksand type situations where you gotta like, you get your bottom half in and then you start wiggling, and you'll eventually get yourselves completely in there.
This water sucks. Ew.
Literally sucking us in.
But
Do you think? Let me see the head count here. We could set up a tether situation. Us answer horrifically bad swimmers If you want us to just like tether you to the surface and pull out on 2 tugs, we can do that.
That could work.
I took lessons, but they didn't go well.
That's right, you did take swimming lessons, and it was just
The canonical swimming lesson.
Val and the three are just like sitting up top, like tying ropes to things. Yeah, we can do that for sure. What is the breathing situation? Laura, you're solid. You don't have to worry about it. You can breathe this water. Seth does have the spell gills, like you were saying. You could definitely do that, or we've got the rebreathers. Like any of those are completely fine options.
I'd rather use gills, and I can cast it up to 6 times. So if anybody wants, like with one cast, it's for 6 people. So if anybody also wants to breathe this gelatin, that, just for fun, say you did it.
Howl's dry heaving on the side. Dude, this is gross. I'm gonna put the rebreather on so it doesn't touch my mouth. I appreciate the offer of gills, though. Thank you.
Thumbs up. I mean, we've probably all had worse near our mouths, so it's, we've been to weird places.
Yeah, I think I've definitely had worse.
I've been to a lot of weird places myself. Like I've been to dumps and stuff, but I haven't had that in my mouth. Like, if you would ask me to dive into coffee grounds, I wouldn't do it. But
Okay, now I'm worried. What does this taste like? It doesn't taste like New Jersey, does it?
Oh no.
Oh.
Are we rolling for flavor?
we did have like a vague description of what the water tastes like from Rennick's game. It's it tastes like petroleum jelly.
Ugh.
It tastes
Oh,
like mechanical lubricant is what it tastes like.
It tastes like my workshop.
I
Got
hate
it.
that I know what that tastes like.
Alright, so here we go. And it's gonna take a little while for you all to swim through this. And don't worry, it's only terrible.
I'm gonna actually. How close are these clumps of rocks and coral and such to each other? And would it be possible to actually, instead of just trying to swim, pull myself along faster using my tentacles rather than just trying to actually swim in this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
Absolutely.
All right, that I think would move faster than just trying to swim.
As you all are getting deeper into this, you are hearing like can all three of you roll me a 12-sider? Just the one. 7? Good, good, good. So, up ahead, you start to see a flickering light. I'm going to take the highest, by the way. Or the highest / the 7. Howl's like failure of it is just in my head. Howl's just eyes closed, screaming as he swims.
Having a bad time.
Or it's just like, you want to hold my hand? Will that make it better?
Yeah, this is gross.
I think it feels gross, and you start to see all around you. Once again, where are my tokens? Damn you, roll 20. all along the sides, as you get close to the sides to grab onto them, Seth, you don't, because you rolled a 7, you didn't roll a failure or anything. You didn't break the coral, but when you pulled, you see a bunch of Dells looking up at you from underneath the rocks, and they immediately, like, look at everybody, at all three of you. Question. What equipment are you carrying that is metal?
Oh no. I'm carrying the sword that I got from the event where everybody got something cool. Stuck because I have a list. I'm still carrying my rift sealing kit. I just carry that around everywhere. Carrying some bread. But yeah, I'm carrying the fusion shaker, which I'm assuming is made of, yeah, it's chrome. I'm carrying a lot of metal stuff. The big ones are the sword, the shaker, because alcohol is always important, flask filled with whiskey, and the rift sealing kit, and yeah, those are all the metal stuff.
I'm just looking at my stuff and I'm realizing that, like, I have very few things that are actually made of metal.
It really works out for you then, doesn't it?
It does, because the only thing I had that I thought about bringing, but is clearly not under the water right now, is the mech.
That is also fair. Also, we know that we didn't bring the EXO to the moon because we have 4
Yeah.
normal forklifts. That if you, like Valentina or Laura, I know that you two have the forklift certified. So if you, either one of you wanted to ride in a forklift, you could. I also think, not yet, but I think the gals will become forklift certified if,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
at some point. Just because it's funny to have a bunch of army ants that can get into mechs.
Laura is for this. Laura is also for building. How tall are they again?
I don't know. I think they're tiny. Like,
Laura is also for building, like, specifically them-sized forklifts.
That's so funny.
Howl, what you got that might attract a bunch of little shrimp that eat metal? And they eat any metal. Null metal, silver, gold. They don't care what it is, they eat it.
What about the
I
iron
think
in
I
our
probably
blood?
just have some bullets in my pocket.
You see them start to like crawling along, and they do not have nearly the kind of problems that you all are having moving under this water. They are just swimming around, and like the way whenever their tail like flaps and they move at a ridiculous speed, they almost leave a vacuum behind them that then has to fill in, and you do hear it even underwater, just glorp of it all hitting itself again. Valentina, you just keep seeing like weird bubbles come up every once in a while,
That looks
and then
fine. That's
you get to hear
probably fine.
glorp.
Oh,
Hey, can I try and study how they're moving in the water and see if Laura can somehow finagle with her, like, side fins
Oh, absolutely. Give me
to
two
move better?
D12 for sure. Okay, there's one. Give me that second one. 7 again. All right, so with that 7, I think Laura, you 100% figure out how to like make your tentacles that form. And Howl and Seth, just by like seeing Laura figure that out, like you two could also be like, oh, we don't have not like normal swimming. You gotta borp it.
Ah, Bortman.
Yeah, just gotta borp it.
Like instead of like soft, like slow movements or like the butterfly swim or whatever, backstrokes and whatever, you have to just whip your back feet or tentacles in as the situation goes, and that way you can just push yourself forward in short, quick bursts. That's how you're supposed to move in this water.
You mean like a squid?
Like a squid, or like, yeah, absolutely. Like a cuttlefish, like a squid, like how I see shrimp move. Like just one big whip of the tail. They're not trying to like be precise. They're just trying to go one direction really fast. Yeah,
How
squid
big are these?
definitely.
How
What's
big
that?
are these guys? How big are these little guys?
They are roughly the size of little like, I think like chihuahuas. We've said. We know what they do. They eat unnecessary like things that do not belong on the moon. They consume it, and they are an important part of the ecosystem.
I think we should start blurping away unless we want to kill them and then have the problem of maybe attracting more of them.
And also potentially disturbing a delicate ecosystem. Let's not.
That's important too. Yes.
I briefly entertained the thought of pulling bullets out of my pocket and feeding them like ducks, but now knowing how important the ecosystem is, I'm down to move on.
We have one of these back at the ship, by the way.
You can feed that one like a duck.
I'm absolutely going to.
It just cuts to a bunch of scenes of Howl having been doing that in the past, just repeatedly feeding them. We also have a creature on the ship that's called a moat. Moats are small little creatures, very similar to what you might consider a tribble from Star Trek. Once they attach to you, they attach to anything that has AP. They will take a point of AP, then split into at least 2 of them. And then those 2 will take a point of AP, and they will split into 2 more, at least. If you attempt to kill them, the defense is I roll a 4-sider and subtract 1, and that's how many they split into.
Are they edible?
Nobody has tried to eat the moats, as far as I know.
Okay. Well, that's
I
going to
wouldn't
change.
recommend it. When you guys just fast swim forward, this is what we are presented with. You see a large coral formation underwater. And sitting in front of it is a giant crab with big red eyes, and it is immediately scanning you.
Kind of sad it's not holding a knife. It's only scanning us. Is it in some kind of defensive posture, or is it just chill, just standing?
It is where it is right now, it is just repeatedly scanning you 3 over and over again. It is also scanning the rope. There's a moment where you don't play Fortnite, you don't get it, but it's fine. I'm sorry. It's when you ping something and it goes like out, and there's little like red triangles, like red diamonds above their heads that says that you have been marked. Valentina, from above, you can 100% see where your party is underwater. Like, oh, they're right there.
Do I also see the silhouette of a giant crab down there?
Give me 2 12-siders and take the highest. You don't have to do them at the same time if you're afraid of getting a 1. Like, you can roll 1 and then roll another. Valentina ain't scared.
We ball.
Yeah, we ball. Absolutely. I kind of want to add this to like your recon abilities thing, that you pick up that resonance and you just see like you and the gals like huddle up together. It's just like, oh, that's like a scanning thing. It's just like, what if we do it? How do we reverse engineer it, you know? And then you can just send the signal back, and you see it. You see a large crab. Okay. You have 2 questions you can ask about this from above. What do you want to ask about this crab? And you can
Does
send
it-
messages to them. They will be able to hear you through their comms. It might be tricky for you to hear them say anything back.
I think I first want to know is this giant crab gonna act with hostility to our little intrusion here?
The crab does appear to be guarding something. There is something behind it, that whenever it moves, it is moving to protect it. It's this thing right here. Whenever any of the party members try to move to get a better sight of it, it will do its best to keep it blocked from people. There are certain angles where you guys will be able to get good visions of it. It is resonating with hostility. But it also, you feel like it will not leave its spot.
Understood. I think the second question is, does this thing have the means to call for backup?
You know what? Absolutely it does. The whole moon is Valentina, a lot of other people know this, but now you will know it on a personal level. The moon is networked together, not unlike a nest of ants.
What a fine system they have going on. But I'll just give the swimmers the factual information about the crab.
You all know that there's something behind the crab. Just because you guys have rolled so successfully up until this point, you know that whatever's behind it is what is resonating.
Also, I think if I see them squaring up with this crab knight right now, against all my instincts not to, I'm gonna dive in as well and just ask Brutus to hold a second tether. You've been working out, Brutus. You can hold 2 tethers. I believe in you.
What does it look like? I just salute, just strong salute, just the strongest of the going out. When it comes back out, the salute, it's like a karate chop. You hear the air kind of crack. So happy, so proud.
Hell yeah.
I also don't think the other 2 are jealous. I don't think that is the dynamic, you know? Whenever one of them gets something, the other 2 are jealous. I don't think that's the dynamic.
I hope they can appreciate their individual strengths. I hope to try and foster that in these little gals.
Excellent. All right, Laura, Howl, and Seth, you 3 are in the goop. You don't have to be at the bottom of it either, by the way. You guys can be wherever you want.
How tall is the crab?
The crab is easily 60 feet across, about 20 feet tall, I think we would say. Not count. That's not if it's all the way up. That is just when it's doing it in scuttle mode.
So you'd say if you put that into some sort of universal system of measurement here, about 40 crabbits tall.
Is crabbit 6 inches? I've never
We've never
once.
really thought about the size of crabbit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I just thought crabbit was crabbit size.
Crabbit size is 6 inches.
Yeah, because he's got to be 3 inches tall, right?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. We got it. Yeah, I keep looking at Nika's crab ashtray, but I know that is not crabbit.
Hold on. Actually, wait a minute. I have a tape measure here. I can measure the actual thing.
Hey Val, while you're swimming down, you want to give me a 2 12-siders and take the lower for your how well you're doing in the water. Fucking great. Val, you got it in one. I don't know how you know how to swim like a shrimp, but you're great.
I think their struggles, their erratic, non-conventional struggle swimming is somehow perfect for the Jello.
Excellent.
Struggles, women.
Also, if you guys don't know, 7s on the moon are magical. Like 7s on the moon are the 7th adventure. It is the number that just you are spreading adventure throughout the moon, and the moon loves it. The moon drinks it up. The moon wants to go on an adventure.
Hell yeah. Also, I need you all to know that Crabbert is officially 4.5 inches tall. At rest.
It's not the size that matters.
That's at rest, and we're not including the knife in this measurement. We know it's the knife that matters. It's not the size of your
A wrecked
Crabbert.
Crabbert. Far fiercer.
So what's the new calculation of how many Crabberts this crab is?
A significantly more difficult number now that there's like point
Well,
involved.
it's fine. I've got this.
You know it'd be easier to do this calculation? Metric.
Never heard of it.
Is approximately 53 Crabberts tall.
Ooh, that's a lot of Crabberts.
Yeah, how many metrics wide is Crabbert? Like, which album, too, though? Like... Anyway. So... You guys suddenly just see Valentina swimming up like a dolphin. Just so fast. Gets right here.
That was so good.
Thanks, I'm trying really hard.
It broke us. Okay. Hey, so now that there's more of you here and it scans Val, it's just like it's having a very hard time keeping its eyes on all 4 of you, and it's just scuttling around repeatedly. Yeah, what are we gonna do?
How big is the thing behind him?
Oh, which thing behind it? Like the key, like this thing, or the this thing is about the size bigger than you are.
Yeah, I don't think. Is it embedded or is it just floating in the air gel?
It is stuck between some of the coral. It has been like the crab once in a while uses one of its back legs to just nestle it in place. It like is repeatedly checking to make sure that it is there.
So are we killing this big crab, or are we just trying to take that thing and run? Or glorp?
Oh, I think all its friends will know if we do anything violent to it.
Yeah, don't think we want to hurt the crab.
And these things aren't technically animals, right?
No, not in the sense that like talk to animal doesn't work on them. Also, like talking to wood, talking to trees doesn't work on the plant life here. Or it doesn't work well, and you can't understand what they're saying unless you are also a Beeromancer.
So it wouldn't be possible to shapeshift into. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think I do want to curiously and maybe a little recklessly just edge its distance and see how close I can get before it like fires a pincer off at me.
Yeah, for sure. I won't even like have you roll. You don't even need to roll for it. Like as you like begin getting closer to it, one of its like stalk eyes will like go way up and like focus on you, and you guys will see it put its claws up in almost a karate stance.
I'll stop there. If I see it squared up like that, I'll stop there. Lol.
And it starts like clasping its claw over and over again, like repeatedly, like almost chittering.
Laura's gonna watch this and just like, oh god, this is probably not gonna work. This is probably she's just gonna reach into her bag and just pull out Crab and be like, Crabbert, can you talk to him?
Roll me a d12. I don't think Crabbit can talk to it, but I
think
don't know.
he can, but this is also like Laura's like, oh god, is this gonna work? Can we try this?
Crabbit just sinks all the way to the bottom.
Crabbert does not float.
I also think it's like really easy for Crabbit to walk around here because like he can just cut a hole, like cut a line in the gel and just walk through it. He's like Moses part in the sea situation.
That's awesome.
Alright, so this guy, not on high alert. I will say he is definitely curious. It has one eye on Val, and the karate stance still focused on Val, and the other eye is very much on Crabbert, as Crabbert is like dinging, and you guys just see the bubbles of the ding go up and then pop at the top.
Lol.
Well, if he's distracted, maybe Laura and I could get past, because we're both big enough that we could maybe swim. Well, one, we could both probably swim fast enough to get to it, the pretty Tetris block, and maybe grab it together. I don't even know what it is, but I want it now.
Does magic work in this
Oh,
thick
absolutely.
water? I have an idea. Potentially, I could blink behind it, so avoid all swimming altogether. Attach myself to this thing, but I don't know if I could blink it back with me.
The guy, yeah, it's worth a shot for sure. Like, and both of those things. I mean, like, it seems pretty jammed in there. So even if Laura and Seth could get to it, it would be there's another step of getting it free. But yeah, if the three of you want to just get to it and try to get it free, I'm absolutely down for it.
We'll get to it and try to get it free. While this entire time, the conversation Crabbert is having is literally him just like telling the entire story of how he ended up with the Lockstitch crew and who they are. And we're like, no, it's fine, they're okay, and this is what he's trying to communicate. But it's like the entire story. It's the entirety, everything.
Like
Big lore dump.
All 4 seasons so far.
4 seasons of lore dump in bubbles. It's so funny.
Like, just ding, 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 ding. It's like, ding, 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 ding. Sorry. Don't know why I had to do that.
Instilling this crab with a great hate and distaste for lippy crabs. It may never meet a lippy crab, but it will dislike them.
Alright, why don't you three of you give me a 12-sider? Yep. Good. So, you guys like Howl? What does your blorp look like under goo?
I think I disappear, and then I leave like a Howl-shaped bubble, and then it glorps.
Absolutely.
It's like reverse Looney Tunes running through a wall.
All right. Disgusting. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So you get right up to it. It is How being the first person to get to it. It is a large crystal it does appear to be very like it has been shaped. It has been shaped by tools. And it is, you find that it is pretty stuck in here. And Seth, you, how were you getting there, Seth? Like, what was the?
Well, this I'm gonna splort there, but I want to definitely make sure that Giant Crab is paying attention, like completely paying attention to Val and
Oh yeah, your 10 definitely got
Crab.
your 10 got you, so that you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna squid over there, just side squid over there. Just it's not very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now, Lore, here's your tough choice. Something that Crabbit said to it has either offended the crab or was just lost in translation somewhere. And
Oh no.
and it's just like, and it's going to get slightly aggressive at Crabbert, or you see one of those back legs going out to test the crystal again, which is going to make it harder for you all to get it free.
I think something was lost in translation. And now it is slightly upset with Crabbert. It was the... Was it the... I think it was... I think he got too upset talking about the lippy crabs. And I'll instead... What came out instead of the proper description of the lippy crabs is just big crab.
Big crab. Big crab just slams its claw down at Crabbert, and just like,
Oh no.
you just hear ding, but also Crabbert getting smushed into the ground a bit.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it's still like you all over here, and it is just aggressively. It stops doing the karate chop motion at Val, and is just like on Crabbert, just trying to pummel him.
I
I'm
say we
going
let Crabber
to
take this one and we run.
hang. I can intervene. I think Val would intervene.
Absolutely, Val. Can you roll me 2d12? Because you do know a little bit about these guys, based on the recon thing. Oh, that's 12 though.
Let's
That's
go.
all
Damn.
12. So, Val, hey, is it an ant thing? Like, I think ants talk to each other like computers. Personally, in my head, that's how it works. I don't know how computers
I'm
work.
down
I don't
for
know how
that.
ants work. Pheromones. We do know plants on the moon talk to each other through pheromones, but it is just set on high alert right now. It is resonating with high alert, so it is trying to protect this place from everyone. Like, you pick up on the fact that inside it says Lockstitch friend, but it's just like that part is being overridden. Like, the vibration in this water, I think, Laura, you can also start to feel that like there is a miscommunication happening somewhere. Like, this thing does not know what the crystal is protecting is. It just knows it's important, and it's protecting it from everyone. Like, we have seen these crabs before. We've seen two of them. One is McAfee and one is Norton. Like, they are the moon's security system. But it is going to like start attacking again, as it is like set itself in hostile mode.
I think with that like crab lore drop, I want to try and swim towards its antenna and see if I can tap into that hostility signal.
Absolutely. With a 12, you can get right up there. And we already know Valentina knows how to swim on the moon really well. And this thing's still focused on Crabbert right now. But what do you... How would you... Are you trying to hack the crab? Or are you just trying to, like, calm it down?
I think I'm trying to horse whisper the crab right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna think happy thoughts and like physically connect to this thing's antenna.
Yeah, I do love that. Give me 2d12 again. It's just, you're doing too good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
insane. That's crazy.
God damn.
Did you just roll 4 and 12 again?
This is statistical
It
enough.
does say it. 4, 12, 4, 12. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it... Okay, Valentina. You are currently seeing out of the eyes of all of the crabs on the moon. And there's a number of them. Let me see if I've got the map. Nope. You see a large garden where the crabs are like snipping off the tops of crystals that are like bad for it and bad for the thing. You see a bunch of them just like kind of like wandering around, snipping dead succulent leaves. And then you see this one's quick memory of seeing this part of this item being thrown down here, and it immediately registering that this was important, and it has rested here for the last 1,000 years guarding it. Like, it has not moved from this spot for 1,000 years. Like, over 1,000 years.
Oh, you beautiful old thing. I'm glad I didn't start beating you up.
I used to say that to my grandma.
So that is its purpose. Oh, but you're putting friendly through. Okay, so you feel it. That it says you can feel everything that all the crabs are doing, and then you just see system booting up. 10 out of 12 system booted. 10 out of 12 Lockstitch. Then like ... friend. And it calms itself down and looks down and like pincers Crabbert up by his bell, just brushes it off a little bit. Yep, ding ding.
Hey, I'm gonna communicate to the party. This is too much. There's a lot of info here. Please make it quick.
I think we should try to pull this out then. How embedded is it between two pieces of coral, or is it between like it's actual rock? What kind of material is it?
It's like, it is coral, and the coral here is unused information that has been calcified. Much like the dust on the other side, that is what coral is on this side. It is kind of grown over it, but because you rolled a 12, Howl, like, how can we get this loose with causing the least amount of damage? We still rolls for Seth and Laura and everything, but what's the game plan? I think Howl can come up with a plan if you want to. Also, this crab's name is Avast.
Oh, bad. So I do actually have a spell called Loosen.
Well, there you go.
I could just do that. I'll just slide it right out of there.
All right. Can I get Laura and Seth? Because we know that you two are the big ones. Did you want to grab it?
I'm going to hold on with 2 larger tentacles onto a bigger piece of coral as tight as I possibly can, and then use both of my arms and the 4 tentacles on my back and the two bottom tentacles to just pull as hard as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me
Yeah,
one
Laura's-
d12. Okay.
I did the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Make it go away. Oh god.
Remove the shade.
Yep, that's a success. What you got for us, Laura?
Laura's gonna get on where she can on this other side and do her best to kind of like wedge a shoulder up under there. So she's got like a shoulder under there and wrapped around like where it's got the little cutout. So that way when she goes and blorps, she is pushing up on it with her whole body.
Yeah, give me a 12-sider. So far, was successful. 7, absolutely. As you pull it out, Laura, it has a song to it. Like, it is beautifully musical. It sounds like the backing track of a really jazzy tune. Like, this is the resonance that you were hearing from above. And that the ladies had reported. Like Avast is just looking up and just repeatedly over and over again scanning you, and just like Lockstitch, friend, Lockstitch, friend, Lockstitch, friend. Again, goes over Crabbert, Lockstitch, friend.
Maybe we can just ask it at this point.
It's like, you guys have it out. It's not going to attack you anymore.
Okay. Maybe it can be our friend, like, permanently.
It's not going to go anywhere other than, like, it's not going to leave the moon. It is a machine part of the moon. Avast, McAfee, and Norton are necessary for the moon.
Could it give us a ride out of this glorpy water?
Well, absolutely. If Val asked it to, for sure.
I'll try to communicate that, sure. I'll just think about the mech controls and imagine piloting.
Absolutely.
Oh man, I can't move Crabbert, damn it.
Didn't know he was going to be there. There you go. You can move him now.
That's fair. Crabbert has scuttled himself onto a cloth. That's all. That's where he
This thing's going
rests.
to get so much heavier once you guys get it out of the water. Or maybe it doesn't.
Explain.
Moon physics, moon physics.
Right? Just magic.
How viscous is the gel after we escape it?
I don't think we've seen that yet.
Also,
But
I just want you
like-
to know. Sorry, all I'm picturing is the ancient aliens guy. Is just Howl posed like that, just going moon physics.
Lol.
Absolutely. I will emulate that.
Hair all over the place. I will tell you that once you do escape this water, it just kind of all sloshes off of you. Like, not even sloshes off of you. Like, there's a scene for nanobots where somebody like goes swimming in nanobots and they look wet once they're underwater, but the second they come out, they are completely like it. You are not wet at all. None of it is in your pockets. None of it is attached to your clothes. It just all stays where it stays. Like, it doesn't feel wet. But actually, we don't feel wet or whatever. We feel temperature. Let me grab this crab.
Too bad it tastes like Vaseline, because it could be probably used as, well, it could be used as a fuel. I wonder if it's flammable.
The moon is flammable.
I was thinking, like, those little disposable heaters that you can get for like pans of food at parties and stuff. I wonder if this could be used like that. I might have to tell Krieg about that.
So let
Yeah, Sterno. Thank you very much, Flynn. Sterno.
It's like, don't worry, guys. We're mining the moon. How do the three react as a giant crab just comes walking? Like the line starts to loosen for them. They're like, they haven't pulled twice.
I think they were probably battle ready, so there's a quick draw standoff from the.
It's two big like eye stalks come out and scan them, then go back down under the water, and like. Val, I think you were just seeing through the crab, like Avast's eyes right now, for the record. Like, as long as you were sitting on this, controlling Avast like a mech.
Surreal.
But yeah, like, you guys all have that piece. You guys now now that it is out of the water, you guys can study it if you want to. It is resonating pretty loudly outside. I think you guys can all hear almost like a very jazzy song.
I want to set it down because it's heavy and my arms hurt. Should we study it right here, or should we go ahead and take it back to the ship? Because I don't want to go all the way back and then come back, because we'd have to make like 3 trips. That seems like a lot of time. So maybe we could just
Hold on to it.
I mean, yeah, or we can look at it a little bit, and this crab seems really nice. Maybe he could carry it back for us. I don't know. I don't want to keep going back and forth. We just don't have time for that. But it's really big and heavy. Is it heavy? Did we determine it was heavy? Outside of the goo?
I think outside it basically kind of has like the weight of styrofoam.
Oh, well, never mind. We can carry it with us. I also real fast want to gather some of that sterno into my shaker. I want to study it when I get back too.
Okay. The crab's not gonna walk you around. Like, unless Val's piloting it, it's gonna go back to doing its job.
Okay, Val, can you thank him for us?
Will do. I give a very formal thank you mentally to the crab, and then
It gives an incredibly like robotic like "you're welcome," but that is basically, yeah, this is my job. Cool.
all right, I release the crab and hop back onto the shore.
Now that Avast is up here again without without that crystal thing, it just starts like scuttling around, and you see it like walking up to some of the larger crystal structures and snipping off the tops of them, and then begins eating them. Which sounds just like putting a bunch of glass in a blender.
Well, that's nice.
It's truly a wonderful creature. It can sense all its other crab friends anywhere else on the moon. We ants have that like close range brain power, but nothing like that. It's fantastic.
Crab. It's about just playing with tokens for me, really, everybody. That's all I'm here for.
I mean, it's like like when you were a kid, didn't you have like dinosaur toys and you played with those? Because this is exactly what this is, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm here for it.
Hello, Crab. How are you doing? Rawr, I am a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
But yeah, we can hold on to this thing. It's cumbersome, but it's not heavy. Like a LARP weapon.
I'm not gonna make any amped guard jokes. I'm not gonna do it. But how it doesn't look like it's not as fragile as us like styrofoam. I'm hoping.
No, it's about as fragile as crystal.
Oh, that can be really fragile or it can be very strong. I still want to be careful with it, no matter if it's diamond or quartz, which both are strong. All right, we could carry it and talk about it while we go to our next area. So we got a lot of holes to cover.
All right, where are we off to? We've got the plant section, and we've got the crystal mirror section.
Look at Lore, you're the boss.
I think plants and then mirrors is probably the way to go.
Roger that.
Alrighty then. As we're walking from this place to that, we get to walk through this area.
So pretty.
These are what we have called
Look like
moths.
mosquitoes. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried they were mosquitoes.
You see that these strange well, strange is a strong word, but these creatures are using their proboscises to go inside like the cracks of the crystals, and you see them they're like clearing things out, going through the fervors, and then like they start secreting what seems like epoxy, basically, and the cracks are beginning to fill back up. And there's just like a ton of these. They are all over the place. And they range from any size, from like what normal moth size would be to like giant eagles.
Do they seem to be pretty passive when we come up, or are we not close enough for there to be a reaction?
I don't know how. I don't think you guys are like right next to them, and that these they're at the top of crystals most of the time, and they are like the crystals are at least 20 to 30 to anywhere to 60-foot spires. But they're just chilling out, it seems like. They're not doing like making aggressive moves at you.
They're just chilling. I say we appreciate and keep on trucking.
Down with it. All right.
Yeah, they're nice. I like them.
So you all, now that you're in this cave, see what the three were warning you about. The plant life is very sharp. Like the coral in this cave is also very sharp and jagged. Like everything about this cave kind of is telling you you don't want to be in this cave. But you do hear a resonance coming from inside, and it is only echoing louder as like it is also echoing out of the piece that you have.
I look to the little troops. How far did you guys go in here?
I think they just point like a little bit forward.
All right, thank you so much. You guys have done a bang up job. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
What do we want to do?
Can we use the piece we did we bring we brought the piece with us, right? Yes.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yes. Can we use that like a dowsing rod?
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me 2d12.
Well,
There you go. There you go. Got in one.
I still want to
Nice.
roll. I still want to roll the second one just in case.
This is insane. These rolls today.
Whoa!
It. Lore, this whole room kind of turns into a music video. The crystals along the way begin pulsating. And just like beautiful light. Let me see if I've got anything I can do to give us some production value. Nope, that sucks. I hate that. Here we go, like burst. There we go.
Production value.
I'm here for the production value.
And you see a lot of the sharp plants, the thorns, start reaching away from you, and they're grabbing you onto each other and clearing out a path. Like you guys can just walk straight through. Here, let me show you this one real quick. This is where we were gonna be. And all those thorns just move right out of the way. And there's something just humming back. It's humming the rest, like the next part of the song, just straight ahead.
Yo, let's go. Howl's vibing.
What, like, just, like, what's it, sauntering?
Sauntering, doing a little finger snap to the beat. We're feeling it.
Oh, every time you do the finger snap, there's some kind of like magical aura. Like when you snap, it is just like that little explosion that you saw.
That's phenomenal.
And it's just like, it's great. You all, from where you are, you can feel the fact that the moon is slowly turning. So, the outside, it's very difficult to tell that we started the moon up again. Like the moon is on and it is beginning to turn. We decided not to set the like the moon to specific sides. We decided that, so the moon is a 12-sider, the echo is a 20-sider. To see what kind of moon you're having that night, you roll a 20-sider and then a 12-sider, and that's which side sees what side of the moon.
It's freaking awesome.
And as you but you guys, the vibes just are going, and in front of you, you see a large succulent, purple succulent. Inside of its petals, it has what looks like another petal, but is clearly not. These are some of the crystalline plants that we saw in the garden. We only saw corrupted, infected versions of these. We did not see these ones. These ones are the ones that are just doing their job on the moon. But you guys got the vibes down just fine. They are not clearing out of the way because they do not have the possibility to clear out of the way. Lore, like you innately can sense what's going on with these. They are vibrating. The second something doesn't match the vibe that you are putting out right now, like you and the key are putting out this vibe, the second something doesn't have that vibe, they are going to shoot those jagged petals out like lances, and you do not want to be stabbed with those. They hurt really bad. All you got, but they are all around this. They are like, you can tell, like you can feel how close to the item that you're after they are, and they are going to lance out at anything that does not meet the vibe.
Laura's just gonna be like, all right, cool. We're just gonna keep vibing and keep, because this entire time this has not been like a straight line walk for her. She has been like moving and going with.
Oh my god, are we dancing our way to it?
Laura has been dancing her way to it, including at times where it's necessary, just like brief pops to leg to do a little twist and like a skirt twirl.
Love it. All right, you 4. Well, all right, you 7. How are we gonna dance up and get this much larger piece?
I think Val's gonna like start a ladder foundation and encourage the other gals to climb on top, stacking on top of each other. That's like that. That's like that.
All right, Seth and
Can I
Howl.
Can I support them climbing this newfound ladder? I'm gonna use magic tricks to make like a little light show, keep the vibes going.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Production value.
You see, this one is like shrinking, like not shrinking is the wrong word, but like going like more with it. Like you start to see the crystals like pulling away, and you start to see the petals, like so the petals on the bottom can get the light from your light show more. Like it is drinking in the vibes. The next thing that gets shot by this plant is going to be so full of adventure, it's going to be dangerous for them. All right, so that's Howl's support. Seth, what are we doing to keep the vibe going?
All right, this is the key thing. The Tetris thing is crystalline, right? So when tapped against, does it make like a ping?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'm gonna follow. I guess at the same cadence that the I'm not gonna say vibe at the beat is going. I'm gonna keep up with that same cadence with like tapping it with my fingernails. And if that's not loud enough, I will use the edge of like, I don't know, the whiskey bottle, because it'd be metal and it'd make a louder sound, just to keep that, like using that crystal instead of like a crystal glass.
Yeah, your tapping is fine. You're doing great. All right, Lore, dance your way up to it. So I will give you 7 D12s. Take the highest, ignore all ones unless you roll 2 ones. If I see 2 ones, something goes wrong. Or
Alrighty then.
you can we're going one at a time. Okay.
Look, it's the suspense. We're here for the suspense and the vibes and the adventure. Where's adventure without suspense?
Yeah, I would have died of alcohol poisoning by now.
So far, 9 stays the highest.
Nice.
But don't worry, nobody broke the nobody broke the vibes. 100%. What did the dance look like getting up to this?
It is if any of you have ever seen like ballroom swing dancing, specifically East Coast swing. It's just Lore doing a solo version of that almost, but like each time she passes by someone else in the crew, they become her partner for at least a couple of steps, including the full tower of Val and the girls.
Lol.
Val and the gals.
Just all the way until she gets to the succulent and the piece of the key.
And it just lifts off like a petal. Just soft as possible. It is not metal, although it does kind of look it. It has a large crystal. It is inside an ornately carved out petrified succulent petal. No matter what you do, they just don't fit together. They just
You're
don't.
missing another piece.
I do like your hair now though, Lore.
Yes. Is Lore, it did also, like, when that piece came out, she used it for, like, a flourish of a bow, like you would if you had a hat on.
Oh, all of the thorny crystal thorns just like look up and shoot their thorns into the sky. And just like fireworks. I can do this. It's just like we're just spreading adventure. Like it's so much. The two of these are playing. At this point, it has become obvious that it is Starborn Melodies playing through the playing through these two things. We are missing a key component though.
Well, time for the mirrors.
This whole place is just like sparkling on your way out, for the record, everybody. It's just like it looks like somebody maybe a little bit like a disco ball, but I'm thinking of things that are completely covered in glitter, like so much glitter that it's obnoxious. Like that's what the walls are like.
Is it like Lisa Frank covered in like that craft glitter, like the kids' craft glitter, where it's like the big pieces of glitter?
It's all very specifically silver glitter.
Lore, by the way, the entire time they're walking out, is still riding high on the vibes and just kind of like bowing and turning to like all of the plants until they get out, and then she turns around and does one last big theatrical bow to the entrance.
I don't know if we know what it sounds like when the moon applauds, but it totally does. It's just like, yeah. Only Val can hear it.
Oh.
Only Val's been like networked in.
They like our dancing arts.
So, yeah. Next step, I suppose. Efficiency is what some of these teams are about.
I think in this case it's efficiency.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I had to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't stop myself.
I'm sorry, like it cut out really bad for me. Don't try to repeat it. I'm pretty sure it might cut out again.
Ah, damn.
We'll be back. All right, so we are back here. We have two pieces of this. I don't know, like you guys used it last time. I wasn't expecting you to use them, so like I didn't think I was gonna have to put them on all the screens. I also didn't know which order we were gonna do this.
I like that it looks like a little a Metroid head. Little baby Metroid.
It's cute. It's cute.
so many police outside. All right. So this place is one of the more unsettling places that we've been. But I can't read this line. Like, it's not scary, it's not bad for you all. The vibes are right. Like, the whole place, as you are coming down these stairs, you feel welcome. Like, you feel like this is right. It's just like, oh, we're very simply going to just go down here and solve another little thing.
Stairs are one of my biggest enemies, though.
Are they?
I mean, could you imagine like an 800-pound tentacle man going down those thin-ass steps? He's gonna end up rolling.
Meanwhile, I think Lore is in the full swing of Starborn Melody, and she has legged it up, and she's just like up and downing the stairs in time with the.
See, I watched Little Mermaid growing up, and I saw Ursula take those, like the way that Ursula walks across the pirate ship, and the end scenes. I'm always like, that's how I do it. If I had tentacles for legs, that's how I'd get around. Let me... This particular puzzle, I have not had time to rewrite it since you all just easily figured out the frequency stuff, that I don't have a better way to do this one.
We just found it, and now we can also have a very special time with the moon. A nice dinner and wine. Look, it's right there in the corner.
You see, we take the moon on a nice date. We take it out dancing.
So
We're very classy.
some of these crystals are vibrating with a darker tone. Like, this all feels like a maze, or should have been a maze, where all you had to do was give good vibes, where you guys came down here with good vibes, so you see them lighting up like a path for you ahead.
This is really nice and not suspicious at all. I think we should just follow. But you know, you're the boss, Lore.
I mean, why wouldn't we just follow? It just feels right.
It sounds right.
Really one of the friendliest tunnel paths I've seen.
I'm having a great time.
So, as you come down here, you start to see what appear to be displays almost. Like behind, it looks like from certain angles, it just looks like a mirror. But you are not being reflected in this mirror. None of you are being reflected. But behind this glass, you see things. Items, and these items are resonating with tremendous amounts of magic. Like, you see things, this is from the Echo style, and this, you realize this is a museum.
Those are my favorite places to steal from.
Howl,
No, we treat it with respect.
Howl, as you look into one of the mirrors, can you give me 2 12-siders for the vibes? You can take the
for
highest.
vibes.
You can do one. Or you can do them both at the same time, or one after the other. That's completely up to you.
We're just gonna roll them.
There's a particular kind of player that does exactly that. And then you get a 1.
Lol. Had to come eventually.
It's like, Howl, as you are staring through this mirror, you do not see your own face. Looking back at you, you see a shrouded figure, all blue, very ghostly blue, like reaching out towards you. You see your hand reaching out in response, and then it goes right through the mirror. When you reach in and you pull something back, and it looks like, and you are holding it in your hand, it is an ancient looking, like, proto gun. Almost like, it looks like a flintlock, but if a flintlock didn't have the blunderbuss, not the blunderbuss end of it, you know? Like, this is a weapon designed to kill.
All right. Can I give it a good once over?
Absolutely. It looks super old. It is a single loading. It loads with the brake style. Like it's a brake loader. You can load in one bullet at a time. You've never seen a bullet that fits those dimensions. It's like a hexagon instead of like smooth rifling. It inside the barrel, it's like a hexagon as well. If you look through the barrel, even though like you could stick a straw or a pipe cleaner through it and it would reach all the way through and you would see it come out the other end. But if you try to look through it, even you shine a light through it, you cannot see the other side.
I am very excited by this.
There is a voice in your head laughing.
I think I just got cursed.
Lol.
Can I talk to the spirit in me and ask if it's him laughing at me or if it's something else?
It's him. It's him 100%, and he will not answer.
Sick.
He loves it.
Aw.
He loves this gun.
If he's happy, I'm happy.
This
Fine.
gun is called the First of.
All right, little unsettled, but I will laugh with the ghost inside me.
Like, Howl's just over there laughing as he's looking at a gun he just pulled out of a mirror, everybody.
Howl?
What's up?
What did you touch?
It reached my hand into the spooky mirror. I pulled out this gun, and the thing living in my head is laughing, so it must be good.
None of those sentences that you just said sound good.
It's a normal day. We're fine. Totally fine.
That is a really cool gun, though.
Laura's so far into the vibes right now that she sees nothing wrong with this.
Oh, absolutely. For sure. It's like if you are in the vibes, it seems like if Howl's laughing and dancing about having this gun, it is good. Like, don't get me wrong. The 1 means the gun is good. The vibes mean the gun is good. The 1 means the vibe is good for somebody else. But Howl is that somebody else.
Does the gun have a reflection?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. You are not reflected at all in these mirrors anymore. Like, only Howl saw a reflection. But if you want to go look in the mirror, go for it, Seth.
I mean, if everything's fine, sure.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a 12.
If the boss thinks it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 12-siders. Yeah, with the 12, absolutely. Seth, you see yourself, like, doing exactly what you're doing. So, like, if your hands are to the side, your hands are to the side. But inside this, like beyond. It looks like a display case all of a sudden. It looked like a mirror, and now it looks like a display. Like you see on the other side of it. What? What do you see? What is a magical artifact on like? Sorry, not don't worry about the fact that it's magical. What is ancient that you would like? If Seth came down here and like just saw a room full of like, what is the perfect gift for Seth? If the moon play and used the ability, a perfect gift, what would it give to Seth?
It would have to be a non-living thing, correct?
Absolutely. It's not an alive
Thank
thing.
goodness.
An
That would be
artifact, not
that would
not a
open up a bag of
person,
worms.
nothing from recent history, because like this has been up here for 1,000 years.
Something that could transform with me. God, it would be really nice to have some kind of defense. Very, very squishy.
Yeah, we can. You can see a transforming outfit in there that'll like plates of silver, almost like scale mail, or like succulents. Like Nika's just saying, like that, like plates of succulent mail that can cover your full body. It's almost like wearing shark armor. You know, like does anybody else know what shark mail is? I read a lot of zombie books when I was younger. Everybody told me you need shark mail, not chain mail.
Wait, I haven't heard of this, but I'm listening. What is this?
Yeah,
It's to protect you from shark bites. It's basically scale mail that you can swim in. It's super flexible.
Oh,
It's to because you know how chainmail has holes, obviously. So if a shark's tooth gets in there, it would get through eventually if it bit hard enough. If a zombie's tooth bit hard enough, it would get through. But scale mail isn't like that. Scale mail doesn't have those holes.
Oh wow, that is really fine mesh.
Oh, is it?
See-
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really fine. See, I was thinking of just you were talking about like skinning a shark and using that, and I'm like,
Oh no,
how do-
absolutely not. No. I don't skin sharks. They scare me.
I mean, if
That's
you skinned them,
dangerous.
then they wouldn't scare you anymore because they'd be dead.
No, dead sharks are twice as scary.
Okay.
I'm not prepared to deal with zombie sharks. Are you out of your mind?
You must really hate frilled sharks then.
I hate all sharks. Sorry, Lore.
Lore's not a shark. It's fine.
I know, but like you know sharks. You're friends with sharks. It's just like I don't want to hang out with them. It's cool that you hang out with them, but I don't. But like, how about that? Like it's full body, fits underneath your clothes if you want it. But when you do want to like show up and show out, like you can just have it on you, and it will. Like I'm making these things as like I'm coming up with it because you guys can't like solve the puzzle. Like you solved the puzzle.
I'll sit tiny Metroid down. I don't know how big this guy is. The last
Oh, that
one we
thing's
got.
huge.
Oh, I'll put
That
it
thing's
not baby Metroid down. And reach out for it and look at how I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's a
Yeah.
good time, right?
This is a great time.
And like you can just put it on right now, like just slide right into it. It's as light as though it is made of flower petals.
Oh man, yeah, this place is perfect. We're doing a great job.
Are
All right.
these gifts freely given?
These
Seems
are
a
gifts.
little-
You are being given gifts from the moon for bringing the vibes. Oh, sorry, if you were asking that in character, go for it. I'm sorry, my bad.
Totally was.
I'm so sorry.
Nah.
You guys should look into these mirrors too. There might be something for you guys.
I look to Laura. Permission to search the mirror.
Hell yeah. Lore this entire time
Alright.
is just like She's has been enjoying watching them get stuff and still vibing and just enjoying too the way some of the sounds are reverberating off of the mirrors with the music.
Yes, amazing. Roll me 2d12, Valentina. Oh, I've seen a million sharks. I'm not scared of looking at them.
Grilled sharks.
Oh, a 9 and a 1.
Ooh.
Oh, this is so good, so good. So you look through the into the mirror, and you see standing tall on the other side is Valentina, but you're wearing a very iconic looking helm. It has a red visor down. It is a white helm. I'm using Char's helm from early Gundam as a point of reference for everybody.
It's freaking awesome.
Solid.
And like you see Val, I don't know how you can tell, but like, and nobody else can see this though. It's just Val looking at herself. This is cocky, overconfident Val. This is the pilot Val that will one day be shot down. It's like, and they hand you the helmet. It has a red visor going across it.
Ooh.
And it's beautiful. When you're looking through, if you put the helmet on, it gives you a heads up display for everybody's HP in this room. Like you can see everybody's like current HP and their AP. You can set it to tell it says it's like 1, enhanced perception, and that's like the toggle 1. Then toggle 2, it says unavailable, like it says mind shielding currently unavailable. Then toggle 3, it's just like presence. Like you can give everybody commands the way that you help your little ants out, but you could help all of the players out with it too now. You tell them what to do, they will like snap to it the same way Joaquin used to be able to do it with the riding crop. It's very similar. You will give everybody an extra die as long as they are listening to you.
It's freaking awesome.
Once per game, you can move with such speed that you become a red blur or a red comet, perhaps.
Lol.
If you come into contact with something, you take, like, no matter how fast you're going and no matter what you run into, you take 0 damage, but it will take 8 damage. Nika just said Valentina becomes a fire ant.
Lol.
Get the zoomies. All right, Laura. Oh, sorry. Did you want to do anything with that? Are you putting that on? You don't have to. Like, it does. If you want to feel suspect of it, you can. I'm not telling you you don't have to. I do not think any of these items are particularly malevolent. Like, none of them have a mind of their own. The reflections might, though.
I think I'd don the helmet.
Oh man, these 3 just snap salute so quick. But the vibes are still up there, dancing. Everybody's dancing, going along with it. Lore, are you looking in?
So I think this entire time, as Laura has seen this happening, she's still been dancing, and she hasn't been like necessarily looking into the mirrors because, well, Laura has a lot of stuff, so she doesn't think she needs anything. However, she will do like one of the big like pop down to legs, so she gets the skirt for the skirt twirl, like spins a way down, and when she stops the spin, she will bow with a hand out, looking into one of the mirrors, and just smile. But the nice smile. The vibes smile.
Roll me 2d12. I love this. This is actually great. Yeah, I'm really only looking for like 12s and 1s. Was like all I'm really looking for, so you get to get the cool, like still get a cool item. Laura, in your hand, for a moment, it looks like you're holding a tiara with spikes going up. And then upon looking at it closer, this is a grill. You put them over your teeth, and it's just mirror-like diamonds. Like, when you have these in, I always want to give people grills. Like, if
You're
you
welcome.
put these shiny, wonderful things in, like, it increases the potency of your creepy smile to deal damage. Your creepy smile can deal 4 damage now. It becomes an attack. Like, your bite deals 6 damage with these in. The problem is they are fragile, so you got to be careful with them. They resonate in such a way that if you want to, you can have your words either be so quiet that only particular people can hear them. Like, as long as they're within earshot of you and you whisper, they will hear you. As long as, like, if you want them to and nobody else will. Or you can amplify your voice to such a degree that everybody has to hear you, including people that do not normally hear. I've done it, everybody. I gave somebody a grill. Ah! My wrist cracked.
Laura's immediately going to put them in her mouth.
So shiny.
So shiny. So many vibes. So much adventure.
And yeah, then you see the end of the hall. Oh, let me make sure I've got tokens there. I don't.
Question about the gun I got. Can I unsummon it like I can with my normal ones?
You can? You can definitely unsummon it, but when you do, it takes a second to slowly fade out. You know, like the end of Stand By Me when they're walking away.
Interesting. Not concerned at all.
I'm glad we're not concerned about it.
I would be concerned. It's totally cool and part of the vibes.
And there you are at the center of this vault museum situation. You find it a large crystal resonating, but it's only resonating because this is sitting on it, like, and it's just humming along. Okay, let me make all the pieces big enough that they fit together now. I think. Yeah, okay. And it's like, it feels like it wants to be taken. You know what I mean? You have done it. Like, in its presence, like, these 3 pieces are doing this melody of Starborn Melody. Not the words, but you can hear the song. Also, I think you guys can put it together. Can you move those tokens?
Yes.
Yeah!
Oh my god, it's a key.
I thought we were going after the first one first. And the middle one first. I thought this was going to be the first one that we did.
Oh,
How
production
big is
value
this?
puzzle.
Right?
It is a very nice key. I like
I'm
it.
really-
Very nice key.
I'm really into the production value puzzles. Once it's all put together, the key is probably the size of like a spear. With like a big ass head. But
So-
still light.
So something Laura's used to carrying, because also her main weapon is a spear. It still fits. Still fits the vibe for her to carry it.
If I turn it, does it turn all weird? No, it doesn't seem to turn all weird. Something's turn weird. Oh no, it does. It just breaks apart and forms itself back up, doesn't it?
I mean, that's
It's
kind
the
of cool
vibes.
that it
It's
does
the
that.
vibes.
I like the idea that when it's turned, it like comes apart a little bit and then rebuilds itself if it's like moved too fast. I think
That's
I'm not gonna say vibe,
insane.
but
Yeah, insane
Whoa, it-
moon physics production value. Holy.
yeah, moon physics.
It's all about the moon physics.
Laura, you do feel it. Like, what if you're holding it like a spear? You're like, yeah, this'll do it. This'll do that job.
She absolutely does. She absolutely does hold it like a
I love
spear.
the idea of her putting it over her shoulder and be like, all right, let's go.
Yes.
Wait a minute. This
just
is
gets-
Kingdom Hearts.
The fun thing was, I had the gist of today's game planned out really early on. Like back when we asked everybody to sign up. I knew the key was going to be a thing. In my head, I did not want to change anything for any of the sides based on who signed up. So I was just like, no, it's like if they have the way to solve the problem immediately, I'm going to let them solve the problem immediately. Like I was terrified that Lurid was going to sign up for this game. Because if Lurid had signed up for this game, Vatna has a keyblade that just opens locks. And he could have just whip.
Then he would have been able to dual wield keys.
So let us. Oh, did anybody have any more exploring they want to do down here? Like this place is resonating. You still do not see reflections in the mirror. You still can like go up to the glass, and if you look close, you can see shapes of items in there that are being stored.
Could I look at the mirror again and see if I can get any more information out of my spirit? Or
Yeah,
is he still just
absolutely.
laughing at me?
I think he's very happy. He's feeling the vibes. Give me 2d12. Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you that. Like that 11. It's like you hear your voice almost having like your little ghost inside, almost having an inner monologue, just like chuckling to itself. So this is where they put it. They thought they could keep it from me. Thought they could cut it away.
Yo, what is this? You are very happy right now.
It's mine. It's mine. We're getting it back. And it's just like you feel your hand move in front of your face and do the supervillain evil like cackle.
Am I becoming a supervillain right now? I'm excited. I'll summon that weird spooky mirror gun again and just
It comes
look it over.
Out of the end of it is just like you feel it feels like it was just shot, and it feels like it's like smoke is coming out of it, but that's just it's just magic. And if you break it open, you'll see that it is loaded with a bullet. And that bullet like does come out of it easily enough, and scraped into the side is the name Shears.
Ears?
Shears. Like scissors.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask my spirit: is Shears your name, or is this name meant for someone? Like, is this
It's-
bullet for Shears?
It's 4 Shears, and like I don't, yeah, it's like it just suddenly appears in your head. You see the image of someone with giant angelic wings. You cannot make out the face clearly, but in one hand he's holding, like in both hands he's holding 2 sides of giant scissors. And you see it being pierced, both of them being pierced right through your chest, but it's not your chest. As and then he reaches down and grabs your gun as he pulls the swords out, and you bleed to death.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. So what you're saying is Shears needs to die.
Excited vibes all around you.
I just got myself a mortal enemy. I'm saying all of this out loud.
There's a lot of bloodlust over there, Howl, for a pretty peaceful mission so far.
I know what I'm supposed to do now.
You gonna share with the class?
There is an angelic being out there named Shears, and my sole purpose, I think, is to kill them.
And in your head you hear, at all costs. None
At
can
all
get in our
costs.
way.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good day.
I mean, I feel like we should be concerned, but today's just perfect. They must be a bad person.
I make finger guns and shoot off little fireworks.
Pew pew. You can't do that without me ready for production value. Pew, pew.
Not one bad thing happened today. Good job, everybody.
We haven't turned on. It's like all 3 of the
No,
gals. We haven't turned on the Sentinel.
That's fine. I think I know
What?
where we need to go. It's the tentacle hole.
Oh.
I
thank you for
forgot about
staying
that.
on.
I didn't.
I'm so glad that y'all are on mission. I got distracted by how fucking cool this helmet is.
Look, the vibes are right, okay? The vibes are here. Laura's got her hand up, like, in the air. And that is where they should be.
Party on Moon SA? No, that's wrong. I don't know how to do it. I can't get there. I'm trying to do Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, but saying Moon.
I see it.
No, I copied the wrong thing.
Just
I'm
the
a
key by
failure.
itself.
That's exactly what I
We
just did.
got the key. We got locked into the key. Don't. I was joking. Don't. Don't put us in the key.
I found you. I found you guys. So, Laura, as you approach the dangerous tentacle hole, couple of things about these tentacles that, because you guys didn't come here right away because we sent the guards out, you can discover some stuff. When it's not in light, when there is no light on them, you cannot see them. They do not exist except for physically, if they're in the dark. If they are in the light, they are almost crystalline. Not even almost crystalline. They look like they're made of giant bits of obsidian. Or it's close to Obsidian's stuff, so there's probably a link here somewhere. Like, we discovered that in a previous game. But they didn't look like tentacles. They looked like people. Like terrifying skeleton people with like really weird hands and stuff. But as you approach them with the vibes, with this key, that you just see them shrink away. Like, they vanish away. They feel like a natural part of the moon, Like, you do not fully understand what that might be, but they are pretty cool.
I mean, I'm pretty biased, but yeah, tentacles are pretty cool. But it must be too cold for them since they shrunk.
They didn't do that last time. Really kicked Brutus's ass last time.
Brutus has a band-aid.
It's alright, you can take it. You're tough.
Like I said, we've got the vibes, and when she says vibes, Laura like kind of does a spin with the key out.
Aye aye.
Flawless.
Production value.
Fantastic. Amazing. That's exactly what it looked like.
You know, if you put a really big ribbon on the end of that, you could totally be a ribbon dancer with it.
Lord, that seemed like an unnecessary front flip, but I respect it.
It's always
There's
necessary.
no such thing as an unnecessary front flip.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just went for the vibe.
Which way is up and which way is down for this key? Is it like these things down is the key? These things up is the key?
I just think you guys like flipping it.
It's honestly so entertaining to watch.
The rest of the episode is just us flipping the key.
Oh god, I just broke it.
Oh yeah, like I think you guys can grab the whole key if you like do it right, but you have to like do the click and drag, or else you'll just get part of it. Also, its outline is pretty large, so you'll probably grab some of your tokens as well if you. I am not great at making tokens.
I think the key. Oh, there.
Don't say that.
I like this. I think it's fun. And we could have a whole day just playing with this key.
Boom.
Gotta stay on
Yeah,
mission.
how to do it. I win.
Oh yeah, we have to do something.
Yes. So now we gotta go in the hole and use the key.
Oh, the key got the hole open. Like you feel
Okay,
it.
so the key
like,
opens the hole. Got it.
You guys ready to meet Dream?
Laura kind of just, not gonna lie, Laura kind of just really likes this key.
If we get to keep the key.
Oh my god, I love her.
Oh gosh.
I love her. I love her so much.
Interesting.
Laura's having those feelings from the musical episode.
Oh, absolutely. Like she is just down here singing her heart out. As soon as the key opens the hole above, you feel the vibes go into the sky of the moon and start building basically an atmosphere. Like you see a silver sheen above each side. Like, and but fuck you, bot. And Dream is just there singing. She is not singing the worded version of Starborn Melody, for the record. She is just singing the music of it. But it is coming from her. And as you sit and watch her, she's gonna run through the whole song from beginning to end, and each side of the moon is getting protected. Like you all activated the shield for the moon. And then when she finally wraps it up, she turns and looks to her crowd, looks to her audience, which is you.
And Laura gives her the biggest standing ovation she possibly can.
Same.
Big claps, for sure.
And she just like takes her like very Jessica Rabbit style steps towards all of you. She is wearing an incredibly form-fitting dress. Her chest is there. It's there, 100%. She's got titties.
Absolutely.
And she reaches down and she's just like, "May I?" to the key.
Lore will hold it out to her.
And she takes it and she's just like, "Finally. I've been locked down here for what feels like ever." And then she looks up. "It has been forever. 1,000 years or more. And you are Lockstitch. Friends." And then she like, parts of her crystal turn kind of pink and she's like, "Some of you more than others."
We'll just yeah, that happens sometimes.
Wow. And she is 9 feet tall. So she's not like huge. I just didn't make you guys huge because I didn't want to like take over the whole screen. But there we go. Like most of the sentinels are around 9 feet, except for Daydream. Daydream's tiny. Daydream's like 5 foot.
So they're smaller than Lore. Thanks to the magical spot.
And she like looks at you and she's like, "Oh, you've been to the museum."
We have. It was fascinating.
Right. Meant to ask, do we owe you anything for these little pickups? And I'll just bang a claw on the helmet.
Oh, absolutely not, dear Valentina. Valentina is the first one we've heard any of the sentinels call by name, other than just calling you all Lockstitch, for the record.
Have we met?
Yes, you had a conversation with Avast. Avast has told me all about you.
Oh, a vast. Interesting fella.
She looks up and like you guys all see simultaneously. She's like, "We must get out of here. We must go to the surface, quick."
All right, to the surface then.
With right?
I would have done it quicker, but I lost my map. And you see the shield that she put up, and everybody on the ship, you see this as well. The shield that she put up is like a glowing, beautiful silver all over the moon. Like it has an atmosphere now. Like it had a bit of an atmosphere, but you all were bringing that with your adventure more than anything else. As she looks up, the whole area starts to turn a bright and garish red.
Is it supposed to be this color?
I don't
And
think
she's like, no, this is wrong. And you see her like going, like, it always looks like she's looking up for a second, and then like she comes back with information and she's like, no, like, it says there are 12 active. Have you reached the sibling yet? No, of course you haven't reached the sibling yet. You didn't have the key.
Aren't you all siblings? I'm confused about that terminology.
He real quick starts to kind of throw up a little bit at the thought of her being a sibling. She's like, "No, I've dated most of them."
Oh, I mean, the Greek gods did that too, so it's fine.
Ah, the gods. This is like, right, Val?
Not really a fan. I get you.
Fist bump.
I'll fist bump this Taurus.
It's like boop. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle.
Would not dare leave her hanging, dude.
Oh my god, could you imagine? You see a giant dome forming over the siblings' palace. It goes from these edges into the center. So basically where my bubble is all one dome. I'm gonna do it in a second, but I'm gonna make it red because, you know, production value.
Production value.
So it is domed off. This huge dome, and you see what looks like binary all over it. But binary in a different language, so basically hieroglyphics as well. It's just like, we don't have much time. It's like, do you all have heavy hitters in your group? Like, real strong people? Like, I'm not negating your power, but how much help do you have? And that is basically the screen fades to black as we see Katori, Royce. No, sorry, not Royce. Katori, Akana, Flynn, and Ento. You see Flynn in the Flynn, I'm gonna need you to really like sell this one for everybody too, because it's like it's you getting into the forklift in badass mode. It's like I need you to be like kick ass for this one. Akana, I need you on like revving up your motorcycle situation, getting ready to go. Ento is sharpening his swords, like ready to go. And then you guys just see Katori with her caber over her shoulder as all four of you step out of the ship. And that is our preview for Friday's game. And yeah, that was it, everybody. That was today's game.
Oh, GG's.
Like, good job though. Like, fucking, like keeping the vibes going. It was very good. You guys, like, the rules were helping you, but you guys yourselves were like keeping it going real strong, real good. Got a little bit of like impromptu Howl background story.
I'm entering my super villain arc.
Yeah, I do a real quick recap. Real quick recap. There was a locked section of the moon. We don't know why this section was locked. That feels funny. I need us all to know that. Like, your information was cut off, so we didn't get to ask the questions yet, and that was for, you know, dramatic timing. But the moon has gone red. We are in a fervor moon right now. Everybody keep your eye on midnight. Dude's getting wild. Like, the whole moon is being held into the shield. It was supposed to be a shield, but now code red. There we go. Like, there is a large shield around the siblings' palace. Fervor has beat us there. Friday's game is to get us inside. Saturday's game is to be inside. But yeah, you guys like saved Dream. She's a sexy crystal lady. Loves wearing like a nice form-fitting dress. You guys made friends with the moon, and you've made further friends with the security systems of the moon, which are just crabs named Avast, Norton, and McAfee. We've seen what the moths do when they are not infected. Before, the moths were like corrupting things. They were like secreting stuff into plants, turning them bad. Now they are just fixing them. Moths are good guys. Also, we know that the water's weird. We need this key to get into the palace, but afterwards, you guys can keep it if.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we'll give you something for it. If not the key, then something else. But yeah, and then Laura got a grill. Valentina got a helmet. Howl got his gun back, I guess. And Seth got a cool suit of armor that shapeshifts with him to provide protection. Oh yeah, I'm gonna type out all of these full things. Like once now that I have the gist of it, I'm gonna write out the ideas and give you guys them as your magical items. And yeah, you all did great. Thank you so much for just keeping up with the vibe. It's so important.
Yeah.
That was such a good time.
Adventure.
Adventure indeed. Thank you all so much, and we're just gonna roll credits. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Farewell.
Bye.